Hi, y'all. It's Suzanne. Welcome to March of 2022. It is hard to believe that 2 months of this year are already behind us. Our focus for March is commit to you. Each year, I set an annual intention. I knew what I wanted to focus on going into this new year, but I hadn't put it into words yet. So with New Year resolutions behind us, 2 months into this year, we're going to reset and refocus. And that focus is commit to you. With that, you're going to set an annual intention, which is something that I do every year to really take you through the remainder of the year. Let's get started. As we get started, let's take a moment to ground and arrive. If you're able to, allow your feet to rest firmly on the earth. Close the eyes. Seal the lips. Inhale and exhale through the nose. With everything going on in the world today, inhale love, send that out into the universe. Inhale peace, exhale, send it into the universe. Inhale compassion, exhale, send your compassion into the universe. Inhale unity, send your unity into the universe. Continue to breathe. Let's all bring the hands to heart center in prayer position. Whatever God you serve, whatever religion you believe in, whatever your spirituality may be, let's send our love, peace, compassion, and unity to Ukraine, to Russia, to all of the people and all of the surrounding countries and people impacted by what's going on. Let's take a cleansing breath. Inhale in all that is good. Exhale, forcefully sigh it out, sending your love, peace, compassion, and unity out into the universe. The focus for March is commit to yourself. This is a journaling exercise, so I hope you've got your journal and pen handy. And as we conclude our time together, that you will sit down to collect and write your thoughts. I want you to commit to you. I want you to make a promise to yourself. I want you to envision and manifest the life that you want. I want you to acknowledge that self-growth blossoms by planting seeds of intention. It's March. New Year resolutions are likely behind you. In 2018, or actually in 2017, as I began thinking about my entry into 2018, I decided that New Year resolutions were just not for me anymore. and instead that I would begin setting an annual intention. In 2018, I set an intention of happy, healthy, free. In 2019, my intention was to be mindful of how I invest my time and energy and with whom. Going into 2020, my intention was to do all things with love and gratitude and to be able to practice non-attachment with love and gratitude. We all know that 2020 was 2020. It was the year that the pandemic coronavirus took over the world and changed life as we had known it. As I entered 2021, I set an annual intention to simply do all things with love and gratitude. And as 2021 came to a close and I thought about what I wanted to focus on in 2022, it was purpose and intention. And I've spent a good 3 months thinking about how I want to phrase my intention for 2022, knowing that it would be around purpose and intention. So today I want to share with you my 2018 annual focus, annual intention of happy, healthy, free, what I meant by that, what came to fruition, and then we'll talk a little bit about 2022. And in the upcoming weeks, I'll share with you what 2019, 2020, and 2021 were and what they meant to me. So as I chat with you on my 2018 and 2022 annual intentions, I really want you at the same time to envision what you want your life to be. I am sharing my thoughts and my experience with you in the hopes that it will give you food for thought and help you as you set an annual intention for 2022. First of all, what I found was that by setting an annual intention, something that I would focus on for 12 months, that allowed me to really dig in. It allowed me for 12 months to focus on one thing in all aspects of my life and to bring it to fruition. And I have found that by focusing on an annual intention and letting that spill over into the various areas of my life, I have found that I have been successful in doing so. It wasn't, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose 5 pounds this year, or I'm going to go to the gym, which someone might do for January and half of February and then let it go. It wasn't, I'm going to go to bed earlier and by mid-January it was gone. I really said, for this next year, I am going to focus on something. So for 2018, it was happy, healthy, and free. And that was a very significant year for me because I knew that there were things I needed to let go of. I knew there were things I needed to do in order to be happier, in order to be healthier, and in order to truly be free. So happy. I spent many years of my life in a relationship that was not a happy place, but it was what I knew. And as that relationship came to a close at the end of 2013, I had this, oh my gosh moment. My whole life just changed. Now, for the next several years, that relationship would continue in a different capacity, and it would stay with me. It was something that had been in my life for a long time. There was a grieving process, there was a moving on process, there was a letting go, and then there was the fact that to some extent we continued to do something for a long time. So 2018, happy, healthy, free. Happy was figuring out how to be happy with me, figuring out what happiness was outside of this relationship that never made me happy, but it was looking at life from a different perspective, really looking at life as an individual who was a daughter, a sister, a friend, a colleague, an employee, a new yoga teacher, just really looking at how I could find happy as an individual. So that was happy. Just resetting to figure out what happy could be for me. Me, me, me. Because I was a single woman and had been for several years, and figuring out what happy meant for me. Healthy. So this relationship was something that I held on to. I was in it for many years. It continued in whatever capacity it was for the next several. Healthy was being able to walk away from this. Somewhere along the way between ending my relationship in 2018, I began competing in fitness competitions, NPC bikini, for those of you who are familiar with fitness competitions. My last competition, I was 112 pounds. I'm 5'7". Okay, technically I'm 5'6" and 3/4, but I'm close enough to 5'7". There's no reason for me to ever weigh 112 pounds. I was doing 2 hours of cardio a day. I was limiting what I ate to a significant degree. I would come out of a competition and I would binge. I did not eat salt, or I added no extra salt into anything I ate for a good 5 years of my life, maybe longer. I finally integrated salt back into my diet, and I've always loved salt, so that made me happy to be able to put salt back into my diet. But healthy was, how do I stop the fitness competitions and find a balance? How do I let go of a relationship for so many years that was very unhealthy, and really just looking at the various aspects of my life and figuring out, okay, here's the happy piece, here's the healthy piece. What do I focus on to be happy and healthy and free? Freedom for me was, at that time, being myself, being out of this relationship, being free of this individual who had been part of my life for so long. And there was one specific thing that I needed to happen in 2018 to be free of this person. It actually did not happen until March of 2019. Interestingly, it was March 7th. Actually, it was March 8th. The clock had just turned midnight. My two best guy friends, Michael and Diego, they met me at the Denver airport. And from there, we drove into Highlands Ranch, where my best girlfriend, Shannon, and her family are. And actually, it was probably about 11:30 when I got the email that what I needed to really be free of this relationship was coming to fruition. And it was a great birthday present. Granted, it happened in 2019 versus 2018, but I set the seeds for it in 2018. But it was rather special to be with my three closest friends in the world, Michael, Diego, and Shannon's family, when I knew that the freedom was actually coming. So 2018 for me, happy, healthy, free, focusing on how to be happy, how to be healthy, and how to be free. I spent 12 months focusing on that. Actually, if you consider that the freedom part didn't come until later, so I carried happy, healthy, free into the next year. And what I've realized is each of these annual intentions that I set, they do carry over. And it's easy to carry them over and continue, and even to reset them after a year of focusing on something. So happy, healthy, free. It happened. I let go of the crazy fitness competitions, which allowed me to be healthier. It took a long while to let go of wanting to be 112 pounds and look like that. to let go of trying to constrict what I ate, to stop doing a ton of cardio to quickly drop weight. And then the happiness, well, the happiness just came because I woke up every day and I said, lady, you're going to be happy. And I found ways and reasons to be happy. So 2018 was about being happy, healthy, and free. But what I learned in my first year of really focusing on an annual intention is that dedicated longer period of time, focusing on an annual intention for 12 months and then allowing it to spill over into the subsequent years, it works. I looked at this intention from every aspect of my life. In everything I did, I questioned, does this make me happy, healthy, and free? How can I be happier, healthier, and freer? And these years later, I continue to do that. So what I want you to really think about for 2022, your commitment to you for the remainder of this year, these 10 months that we have left and beyond, what is your commitment to you? I really, really want you to make a commitment to yourself. What promise are you making to you? My best friend's husband, Pete, he suggested a business book to me, Steps to High Performance by Mark Efron. So I read that book after one of my recent visits into Colorado. And one area of the book I loved was where Mark wrote about making a promise to yourself, and how a promise to yourself is a little different than setting a goal because there's this wholehearted aspect of a promise. So commit to you. What are you going to promise you this year? I really want you to manifest something that is going to bring you closer to the life you want, the life you envision, quite honestly, the life you deserve. And lastly, I just want to point out again that self-growth blossoms from seeds of intention. So our journaling exercise this week is really just to focus on seeds of intention, an annual intention, what seeds you're going to plant to ensure that 2022 brings you closer to the life you want, deserve, and envision. So in December, I really started thinking about where I wanted to take 2022. So 2018, happy, healthy, free. 2019, be mindful of how you invest your time and energy and with whom. And then 2020 and 2021, to do all things with love and gratitude. And in 2020, to be able to let go with love and gratitude. So 2022, all I knew was that it involved purpose and intention. So as I tried to think of an interesting way to craft that intention and how to phrase it, what to say, what I realized is this year is really just as simple as capital P, purpose, period. Capital I, intention, period. Purpose, intention. I want this year to make sure that everything I do serves a purpose. I want to be intentional in my thoughts and my actions to ensure that everything I do is intentional, is purposeful. You know, interestingly at work, through this pandemic, I have been busier than I have ever been. I've got some pretty big goals. And when I sit down on Sunday night and I think about where my work week is going, there's a lot to do. And if I'm straying from those goals, and if I'm working on things that don't serve a purpose, that are not intentional towards my goals, then I'm less likely to reach those goals. I also have some pretty hefty personal goals to achieve. One of them was the 31-day yoga journey throughout July, which I achieved, and I am so happy that I was able to bring that to fruition. because I proved a lot to myself, and it was really an exercise in self-growth and being able to share with my yoga students and other people that I care about deeply. But I have a lot of goals this year, whether it's personal or professional. I support my brother in his big personal goal, which he's had for, 12, maybe 13 years now, at least it may be 12, I can't remember. And then he's working on a pretty large project that I help with, and as it rolls out, I'll get to really go out and be a part of that with him in 2023 and beyond. And supporting him for me as a sister is something that is utterly important to me because of the relationship we have, our sibling relationship, our familial connection, and the deep, deep friendship. So I don't have a lot of time for things that don't serve my greater purpose. I don't have a lot of time to do things just because. If there's no intention behind them, if there's no purpose, the time just isn't there. So this year for me, my self-growth, my personal growth, achieving my goals is going to come from purpose and intention. So that's what's going on with me, and that's what's transpired over the last few years as I set an annual intention. My commitment to myself, the promises that I make me, envisioning and manifesting the life I want. It begins with that annual intention, and then those intentions roll over. So as we close out this first practice of journaling together in March of 2022, I want you to grab your journal. I want you to grab your pen, maybe grab a glass of wine or a cup of hot tea, depending on what time of day it is as you're watching this. Find your quiet spot and just think about how you envision your life. Where do you see yourself going in the next year? Consider yourself limitless. You are limitless. What you want, you can achieve. You deserve all of the things in life you want. So sit down. Write down how you envision your life. Write down what you can focus on for the remainder of this year that's going to get you just a little closer to bringing to fruition this life that you want. So that is our journaling exercise for week 1. Envision the life you want. What is your annual intention that's going to help you get there? Every day, I want you to wake up and I want you to think about this life that you're manifesting. I want you to think about the actions that you're taking to bring this to fruition. Set an annual intention that pulls that all together. So that's what I've got to say for our first journaling practice. I hope you've enjoyed this time with me. I hope you enjoyed hearing about the annual intentions that I have set, learning about my Happy, Healthy, Free, learning about why this year for me, my annual intention is simply purpose and intention. Maybe that resonates for you. Maybe for you it is something completely different, and it likely is because we are all unique and individual. I love being able to share this time with you, and I look forward to our first practice of moving on the mat. Grab your journal, grab your pen, find a quiet spot, grab your beverage of choice, start thinking, start writing. So much love, so much gratitude. Bye.